And today is day 32 of our 40 days challenge, and I have a word to read to all of you. Beware, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living God. I don't know if I have spoken about this here or if it was during the 21 days, but this word brings me, makes me always analyze myself. And the Bible is always telling us that we should do that we should look at ourselves. This is a moment. This is a moment. Perhaps it doesn't say like this. Look, everyone, you have to be looking at yourselves. Although there are times where it says examine yourself, right? Is one of the things that we need to do all the time. We need to do during this challenge. You can see how deep we have been going into ourselves, not how deep into the word. It's not how deep into other people's lives, how deep we have been going inside ourselves. It's not, I sometimes I don't bring to you a word in the Bible because you need to leave this word. This word, okay, this is my phone, but when I say it's because my Bible is in here. This word has to be inside of us, not only on the paper, it has to be something that we live by. And to read this, beware, beware, lest there be in any of you, meaning, be careful, so you won't have this, an evil heart of unbelief. And when do you show this unbelief, and why? Why this unbelief is so ugly, so bad? Why? Because there is the belief and the unbelief. For you to use your faith, for you to please God, you need to believe. But when you start having a heart of unbelief, it goes it's something that goes against everything that God stands for. Because if you don't believe, there is no use. There is no use for you to come to God. Because God is everything about faith, is everything about belief. So why do I want to speak about this with you? Because if you want to be beautiful in God's eyes, if you want to be, special for God, we go back to step one. Without faith, it's impossible to please your God. Without believing, it's impossible to believe in God. And again, I'll speak about something, I'll stress something to you. Don't trust in what you say, because you are going to say, Nanda, I believe in God. What are you saying? I believe in God. Don't trust in what you say. I've noticed this with myself, because uh, the thing that really shows what you are, who you are, what you believe, it's what you do. So if you do something but you say something else, what is the thing that has weight is what you do, is not what you say. For example, I can come here and speak about God and speak about holiness and how holy I am, how I don't sin, and how I do this and do that. But if I go if I go outside here, or for those who see me doing the complete opposite, whatever I say here doesn't have any weight. Isn't that right? Ay, ay, ay. So, what do I want you to do today? I need you to analyze your life. I need you to look at yourself about this perverse heart of unbelief. Are you having this heart? How do you see, Nanda? How do I know if I have this evil heart of unbelief? You know how do you know? When I give you one simple example. You can look at many other things, but this is one simple example that is going to show you really when God, when you want something and it seems that God is not answering. You're not having your answer. How do you react? Do you trust? Do you keep on trusting, or you start doubting him because you show who you are when God is not answering your prayer, is not answering about something that you really want, that you really have been asking for. When he's not answering, you're gonna see how you are. If you start having doubts, and if you shake and you leave the church and you leave God, so that's who you are. When you pass through difficult situations, you don't trust him to hold you. You're showing who you are. When you have asked for that boyfriend, you want a boyfriend, you want a husband, and it's so many years that you have been dreaming about it, and it seems that God is not answering. It seems that God is not answering. So you start having those conversations with the devil. He starts like this. You see, nothing is happening. So many years and nothing is happening in your life. There is no man in church, there is no man for you, there is no one. You're gonna be alone. And then you do like this. Indeed, nothing is happening. Look, the conversation. Conversation with him, with the evil one, you start. But if you, when these thoughts come in your mind, if you immediately do like this, no way, I'm not going to accept this. No way I'm going to accept these thoughts. And you know what? You even tell him like this. I don't care. I believe my God. And even if I die without even kissing anyone, I will die happy because I died in the arms of my Lord. Do you have this faith? Do you have this faith to say something like this? Because this shows who you believe, in whom you believe. When we don't see results, not results, because our faith wants results. It's not results. When sometimes things delay because we don't know the time. The time of God is completely different. And sometimes we want something that is not good and God is not going to give. But then you don't realize this. And then you start having those conversations. But when you keep strong and you allow God to show you if that is something good for you, you are open to hear God's voice. You are open to wait for his time. Because I see many single women complaining about this. I see many single women thinking, oh, God is not answering, starting to have these conversations with the devil because they don't act their faith. They only see the time. They don't see like this. Thank God I'm not kissing every guy there. Because if you never kissed anyone, if you never had a boyfriend, you know what? You don't know what is the pain of a heart broken. You don't know what's the pain of being betrayed. You don't know. And you think that the pain you are having there because you feel lonely, because you allow yourself to start feeling lonely. You feel anxious because you allow the anxiousness to come into your life. But those, there is no comparison. And you can ask women around you, how is it? How is the pain of being betrayed? The person feels like garbage, like she has no value. It's better not to have anyone. It's better not to have anyone than start kissing everyone. It's better to wait long time for the right person. It's much better to trust in God, because perhaps you are not even ready to receive the right person. You still have loads of work in you. Because if God gives you a man of God, you are going to destroy everything. And you can't have it. Not now. You need to change first, and God sees that. But sometimes you don't see it. You don't see it, and you start doubting. You start doubting God. You start having this evil heart of unbelief. And this has no beauty to our God. And you need to change that. So the task for today is for you to see, not only in this, you need to analyze, because perhaps you were married and you need to find out, how can I find out if I am having, perhaps you are praying for such a long time for your husband and you don't see changes. So what? Are you starting to have conversations with the devil? Are you starting to question God, his time? Are you believing? Are you trusting? Are you doing your part? You always sacrificing for him. You always, no, I don't care, I believe. And there is this sacrifice, I do the sacrifice. You are always showing God that you trust him 100%. Always. And always calling his attention to you. This is beautiful. Ah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Take away from you this evil heart of unbelief. That's your task, not for today, forever. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.